Good morning. So today we are going to discuss the topic of quality management. So in quality management, we have uh, different topics in this quality management. Like we'll learn about what are the various quality concepts and what do you mean by software quality assurance, software reviews, formal technical reviews, statistical software quality assurance, software reliability, and ISO 9000 quality standards. These are the topics we discuss in this part of the unit. So, this quality management is a part of your Unit 6. We This is second part of Unit 6 and the first part is risk management. So, the second part of Unit 6 is quality management. So in this quality management, these are the concepts or these are the topics we have and these are the topics we are going to discuss, right? So let us first move into the first topic, that is quality concepts. So what do you mean by quality? Quality is something like which is the heart of your project, right? So quality is something which is the ultimate goal of your project. Whatever you do in your project, the quality is the thing by using which your project is judged or your product is judged, right? So from one project to another, we want to minimize the difference between the predicted resources needed to complete a project and the actual resources used. So, what he's trying to tell you is from one project to another. Say, for example, we are doing one project, and for that particular project, the number of staff required are around 10 to 15 members. So, they did the project, they completed the project, they deployed the project. Means for doing all these things, obviously, they need to have some schedule, obviously, they need to have some budget. All these things are normal. What I'm trying to tell you is the number of staff, the resources needed, the calendar time needed, and the budget needed, everything varies from project to project. If you are keeping some benchmark, like for any project, I'm going to hire or I'm going to employ only 10 members of staff. For any project, I'm going to allocate only this amount of budget. For any project, I'm going to allocate only this calendar time. If your manager or someone who is going to lead the project is like this, then obviously you can't achieve the quality for the project, because all these things will vary from project to project. Okay. uh, Say for one project, minimum staff and less calendar time and less budget can be enough. But for some other project, staff size have to be increased, the budget have to be increased, the calendar time have to be increased. So every time the decision have to be taken depending upon the project we're doing. Okay. So if we are compromising on all these things like the size of the staff, the calendar time given to the project, and the resources allocated for the project, and the budget we are allocating the project, have to be changed or have to be adjusted from project to project. Only then your quality can be achieved, right? So let us see the first thing. Uh, in quality concepts, we have multiple things. So quality have to be achieved in each and every phase, or quality have to be achieved in each and every aspect. Without achieving the quality in each and every aspect, we cannot directly get the quality in the final output, right? So if we want to achieve a quality, if we want to achieve good quality in the final output, we need to have quality in each and every phase of your project. Okay, so let us see where we are expecting the quality, or let us see where we need to concentrate on quality. The first thing we need to concentrate on quality is quality of design. So this quality of design refers to characteristics the designer specify for the end product. So how can we achieve a quality of design? The quality of design can be achieved only through the characteristics that the designer specifies for the end product, right? So when the designer or the team who was included in doing the design must have the vision of the end product. So they should always think in a larger scope, or they should always think broadly. Only then the design can be given correctly. So if they are confined just, so my job is just to do the design, or my job is just to draw some UML diagrams and draw some flow diagrams, that doesn't work. He should have the broader view. Means he should, even from the designing phase, from the starting itself, the person who is doing the designing should have the view of the end product. So he should always put the end product in his mind, and he should do the design in such a way that this design will give a good quality output. Okay, so you know the flow. By looking into the design, the developer will write the code, and by looking into the code, the tester will test whether the modules are working correctly or not. So this is a flow. One thing is interrelated to the other thing. So if we are going wrong in initial phase itself, the remaining phases will also go on with the same wrong or same thing which is not correct, right? So quality of design is very important. That is the first thing where we need to achieve quality. Okay, next one is quality of conformance. So quality of conformance means, so the degree to which the design specifications are followed in manufacturing the product. So here I told you quality of design means the characteristics the designer specify. Quality of conformance means the design specifications. So when we are designing a product, so when we are designing a product, the specifications also matter. The specifications also matter. So for example, if we are drawing a class diagram, in the class diagram, you are supposed to mention each and every class name in your class diagram, which have to be included in your code. Unless and until you are giving the specifications correctly, if you are unable to give the specifications correctly, then obviously the person or the team which is doing the code will also go wrong. Okay, so design specifications are also have to be followed correctly. This is called doing the degree, achieving the design specifications for manufacturing the product correctly is called quality of conformance. Okay, next one is quality control. So series of inspections, reviews and tests used to ensure conformance of a work product to its specification. So quality control, how can we achieve this quality control is, this quality control can be achieved by doing some series of inspections, reviews, tests, used to ensure the conformance of the work. So who will perform all these series of inspections, reviews, tests and all these things? So series of inspections, reviews, all these things are performed by the manager or the team leader of that particular team. Okay, so inspections, reviews, all these things are not only things which have to be performed at the end of the project. No, inspections, reviews, all these have to be done at each and every phase of your project. Okay, so just like your project, your main project or your mini project, when you're doing your main project or mini project, you'll not have the review only at the end of the project, right? You will have the reviews in between. you're supposed to tell the status of your work in between to your guide, or maybe to someone who is going to review a project. So you cannot say that no, I'll just tell the output in the final stage itself. You're supposed to, your manager or your guide or the person who is taking the review have to check your performance, or have to check um, whether you're doing that phase correctly or not. See, we'll just take the basic example of your major project or your mini project, whatever project you're doing. So initially you'll have review number 1, where you're supposed to give your title and abstract. And after that, you'll have a review number 2, where you're supposed to give your design or the architecture of your project. And then next review, you're supposed to give your coding. And then in the next review, you're supposed to give the results. And in the final review, you're supposed to ensure that you completed the entire project and your output is correct, right? So reviews and inspections are always important to control the quality. So unless and until these reviews, inspections are done, we can't ensure, or we can't make sure that the product which you are developing is of good quality, right? Next one is quality assurance. So quality assurance consists of a set of auditing and reporting functions that assess the effectiveness and completeness of quality control activities. So quality assurance means what it consists is set of auditing and reporting functions that assess the effectiveness and completeness of quality control activities. So doing the quality control is one thing, and quality assurance is auditing the inspections that are performed on your project and reporting the functions and the effectiveness. So your guide will do your, we are coming to a very basic example, like your major project. Your guide will do your inspections and reviews, and the person who is the reviewer or HOD will do this auditing. Means whether your guide is doing the inspections and the reviews correctly or not. That assurance, in order to make sure that the reviews and inspections are being done correctly and everything is perfect, again you need to have some auditings. So those auditings, by doing those auditings, we can assure the quality. So quality control is done by doing the series of inspections, reviews and tests, and quality assurance is done by doing some auditings on the completeness and the effectiveness of your quality control activities, whether your quality control activities are being done correctly or not. Basically that auditing is done. So there the quality is assured, right? Next one, cost of quality. So how the cost of quality is achieved is, the cost of quality is achieved by taking into consideration of all these things, like prevention cost, appraisal cost, failure cost, and external failure cost. So cost control, or cost of quality, how the cost of quality is achieved is by considering into all these things: prevention cost, appraisal cost, failure cost, and external failure cost. So what is prevention cost? Prevention cost means the quality planning, formal technical reviews, test equipment, and training. So prevention cost. We always know that prevention is better than cure. So how can we prevent the increase of the budget? Or how can we prevent uh, our project from going out of the budget? All these things have to be taken care by doing quality planning, by doing some formal technical reviews, by giving some trainings to the people who are involved in the project. By doing all these things, we can always prevent the increase in the budget. Okay, so if we are planning correctly, and if we are doing the reviews in between, and if we are testing the equipments, and if we are training the people who are involved in the project, obviously we can prevent the increase in the cost. Means we can do the project and we can achieve the quality of the project within the given budget, right? So next thing is appraisal cost. So in process and inter process inspections. In process and inter process inspections are always important for this appraisal cost. Equipment calibration and maintenance and testing. So appraisal cost means in process and inter process inspections. So in between you need to have some inspections like in process inspections and inter process inspections, and you need to have some maintenance and testing. So the costs which are incurred for these comes under appraisal cost. So when you're planning the budget itself, you should put some amount for this appraisal cost, right? Failure cost. So failure cost means the cost we need to uh, the cost or the amount which we are spending for some rework, repair, or failure mode. See, whenever we are doing a project, we cannot make sure or we cannot assure that 100% our project is going to have a good quality, 100% everything is going to be according to plan, and 100% everything is going to be according to the budget. We cannot make sure or we cannot ensure all these things. So for this purpose, always we need to have some backup budget. So some budget have to be put in the buffer. So why should we put some a budget in the buffer is to in order to manage all these failure costs, external failure costs. So all these costs have to be managed within the given budget. Say for example, for a given project, we are allocating 5 lakhs of budget. So 5 lakhs of budget doesn't mean that all these 5 lakhs of budget you are spending for the completion of the project. No, that is not the case here. So in this 5 lakhs budget, at least 1 lakh you have to allocate for this failures, for external failures, for internal failures, whatever failures it is, you need to have a 1 lakh as buffer. Means in the given 5 lakhs of budget, you have to just uh, make sure that you will complete your project smoothly in 4 lakhs. Means if you are not having any reworks or if you are not having any failures, then obviously that 1 lakh will be reduced from your budget. So there is no need for you to use that extra 1 lakh. In case if there is some need, in case if there is some failure or if there is some external failure, so that time you cannot suddenly increase the budget. So every time you need to have some buffer budget. Okay. So failure cost like rework, repair, failure mode analysis, all these things have to be taken care, right? Next one is external failure cost. So complaint resolution, product return, replacement, helpline support, warranty work. So external failure cost means all these costs comes under uh, the last phase, that is the deployment phase. See, all these things comes under supporting or maintenance, complaint resolution or the product return or the replacement or the warranty. So when will you know all these things? Only after deploying the project to your customer, right? So all these are some maintenance costs. So you should allocate the budget in such a way that you should put in your mind all these things, right? You are not supposed to allocate the budget for the exact completion of the project. Okay. So these are the things which you need to, these are the concepts that comes under quality. Okay. Quality concepts, quality of design, quality of conformance, quality control, quality assurance, and cost of quality. So under cost of quality, you again have prevention cost, a failure cost, appraisal cost, and external failure cost. So now let us move on to the topic, software quality assurance. So software quality assurance is the concern of every software engineer to reduce cost and improve product time to market. So the software quality assurance is the concern of every software engineer to reduce the cost and improve the time to market. So SQA, every software engineer, when he is doing the project or when he is involved in the project, his main concern have to be that he have to do the project within the budget and he have to deliver the product within the given time. These are the two things that any software engineer have to put in his mind when he is involved in a project. Okay. Uh, it is not like something we are doing something, some testing. It is not something like that. Uh, this software quality assurance activities have to be performed for every project. So use of metrics is an important way to achieve this software quality assurance. So software quality assurance, software, how can we assure the quality of a software is any software engineer who is involved in the project has to put in his mind that he have to complete the project within the given budget and he have to deliver the project to the customer within the given time, and he should deliver the project to the customer according to the quality the customer is expecting. He cannot do the project just as he wish. He have to do the project according to the customer expectations or according to the customer requirements. So if our software project is able to achieve all these things, then the software quality assurance main concern is this, is that the software, our project have to achieve all these things. Okay, only if our software or our project or our product is achieving all these things, only then we can say that our project is maintaining a good quality or we are delivering a quality project to the client, right? So how can we do this software quality assurance? We already discussed in unit number 5 that for each and every phase we have few metrics. So we have metrics for testing, we have metrics for maintenance, we have metrics for each and every phase. We already have metrics in our software quality assurance. Okay, so we have metrics for analysis model, we have metrics for design model, we have metrics for source code, we have metrics for testing, we have metrics for maintenance. So only if our project is meeting all these metrics, only then we can say that we are assuring the quality of the software. So we should have one or the other uh, line, we should have one or the other metrics, we should have one or the other measurement to say that we are doing good job. Without having any measurement or without having any base, how can we say that we are doing a good job? We need something to compare with. So if we are able to meet that metric, then we say that we are doing this thing correctly. So we need to use metrics as the important part in achieving this software quality. Okay, we already discussed different metrics. What are the different metrics we have? We already discussed in unit number 5 that we have few metrics. The metrics are like metrics for analysis model. We have metrics for analysis model. We have metrics for design model. We have metrics for source code. We have metrics for testing, and we have metrics for maintenance. So all these things have to be taken into consideration, and only if all these metrics are met, only then we can assure the quality of a software. So definition of software quality serves to emphasize the conformance to software requirements. So nevertheless, he's telling the same thing. We need to manage, or we need to meet all the requirements of the customer, and we need to do all the things according to the calendar time given to us, and we need to do everything within the budget given to us, and we are supposed to meet the metrics for each and every phase. We already have metrics. Only if the work we are doing in that phase is meeting the given metrics, only then we can say that we are doing our project correctly and we are able to achieve good quality, right? So software quality activities. So for this software quality activities, what we are supposed to do is, first we need to prepare a software quality assurance plan for the project. In the first step is we need to prepare a plan. So software quality assurance activities, how can we uh, perform these activities is, we have few steps to perform the software quality assurance activities. The first step is prepare software quality assurance plan for the project. That is the step number one. And step number two is participate in the development of the project's software process description. So development of the software project software process description. We'll have some description of the software process. Before starting the project, we'll have the description. What all we need to do, what all we are supposed to do, what are the requirements of the client, and how should we approach to the project. We'll have some description. So first step is prepare a SQA plan for the project. Second step is participate. We need to participate in this description. Third step is review the software engineering activities to verify the compliance with the defined software process. So software engineering activities, I told you each and every phase have to be reviewed by the manager or the team leader. So how will he review your work? Your work will be reviewed by comparing with the requirements given by the client. So he will have the requirements document with him, and he will check for example, if he is checking the design phase, he will have the requirements document given by the client with him, and he will check whether the points that are given in the requirements document are being met with the work you are doing. Okay, that comparison, by doing that comparison only, the review have to be done. Okay, next one is, after reviewing, I told you for quality assurance in the first slide itself, reviewing all these things, inspections, all these things are done. After that, I told you auditing is done upon the inspections. Okay, so your team leader, for example, let's say your team leader will do the inspections. After doing the inspections, there will be an audit team for all these things. Maybe your manager. Your manager is someone who will not only manage your project. Maybe he is a manager for around 5 or 6 projects. So your team leader will first inspect or review your project, and upon his inspection and review, he will submit a report to the manager. And the task of the manager is to audit whether all these inspections and reviews are being done correctly or not. Okay, that is the next step. Next one is ensure that any deviations in the software or work products are documented and handled. So any deviations in the software or work products. So deviations in the software or work products, how you will calculate the deviations in the software or work products? These deviations are generally calculated by comparing your software or work products with the SRS document, system requirement specification document. So whether you are able to meet all the requirements given by the client or not. So if there are any deviations, according to the document procedure, you are supposed to stop there, go back and recorrect it. Okay. Next one is record any evidence of non-compliance and report them to the management. So if there is anything that is non-compliance, so you have a review with you. So first of all, you will check the requirement document given by the client, and according to, first of all, it is your responsibility to do the project correctly. In case there are any mistakes in the in few things which you are doing, then it is the responsibility of a team leader to do the inspection and correct that. So that is step number 2. If the team leader is also not able to correct you, even if the team leader also skipped it, you did something wrong. First of all, it is mistake of you, and then your team leader will review you. At least your team leader have to identify that this is wrong and you need to correct it. Even in that case, if your team leader is also not able to correct the mistake which you did by doing the reviews, the audit team will check. And what the audit team will do is, the audit team will do the auditing, and it will check whether the things are going in line with the documented procedure or not. In case if there are any non-compliance, first you did a mistake, even your team leader did a mistake, so now your manager had caught the mistake, then automatically your manager have to record the evidence and he need to report it to the management. These are the software quality activities we have to perform. The first thing is, first we need to participate in the development of the project process description. So everybody who is involved in the project should have the description. Means all the planning which we are doing in the beginning of the project, like the requirements gathered and the steps we need to follow, everything will have a description, will have a planning first initially before beginning. That should be present with each and every member involved in the project. The second thing is, when the team leader have to review whether the software engineers are doing their activities according to the given description or not, whether they are deviating from the client's requirements or whether they are in the inline or not. In each and every phase, this reviewing is done maybe by your team leader. Okay, that is the next step. And in the third step, there will be an audit team. We can say the auditing is generally done by the manager. So the manager will again check whether your reviews are done correctly and whether you are going in line with the plan or not. In case in this auditing process, if anything went wrong, or if they came to know that you are deviating from the given plan or you are deviating from the given requirements of the client, if something like that is documented, then he have to record the proof of it, or he have to record the evidence for it, and he need to report it to the management. Okay, by this, these are the software quality assurance activities. These are the steps involved in SQA activities, right? So what all we learned today? Software quality concepts. We learned about quality concepts and software quality assurance. Okay, so what are the quality concepts we have? Quality of design, quality of conformance, quality control, quality assurance, cost of quality. And under cost of quality, we have prevention cost, appraisal cost, failure cost, and external failure cost. Okay, these things comes under quality concepts. And after that, we learned about software quality assurance. In the software quality assurance, we need to know what are the things we have, what software quality, how do we prepare the software quality assurance activities, or how the software quality assurance is achieved, and what are the main concerns to achieve the software quality assurance. So all these things we learned in this software quality assurance, and we came to learn what are the software quality assurance activities. So by performing what activities or by following which steps, we make sure that software quality, will assure the software quality. Okay, these are the things which we learned in today's class or in today's session. So in the next class, maybe we'll learn about the software reviews or the formal technical reviews. So all these things the next topic is software reviews. So you know already what is software review and all, but we'll learn in more detailed manner in the next class, right? So this in this class I just introduced you to quality. What is quality? Why do we need quality? What if there is no quality? When is this quality important? Why is this quality important? So all these things we just came to know in this class. In the next class, we'll look into why reviews are important. What are the different types of reviews we have? What are the different types of inspections we have? How do we conduct the reviews? How many members are involved in the reviews? And what is the role of each and every member involved in the reviews? All these things we'll discuss in the next class. Okay, right. Thank you.